Good morning, fourth grade. Today we will be learning about triangles. So, the name of our topic will be called Breaking Down Triangles by Angles. So, our objective today will be to identify and classify triangles as acute, right, or obtuse using knowledge of right angles. So, our little slogan of the day is Don't be obtuse, be a cute learner. So, triangles. Before we start, can anybody tell me what a triangle is or how it looks like? Yes, good job. So, a triangle will always have three sides. So, we're going to be learning about three types of triangles. So, no matter how it may look, it will always have three sides, okay? And we will also learn about their angles, okay? So, ways to remember. So, like we said, there are three types of triangles. The first one, it's called an acute triangle, and it's considered a cute little angle. It's small, okay? Then we have a right angle, and a right angle, it looks like it's just on one side, and it looks like this. So, if you're ever wanting to know what is a right angle, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this, okay? And then we have an obtuse triangle, and our obtuse triangle, an easy way to remember it, it's obese, it's fat, it's gonna be super big. So on the bottom we have a picture to identify how each triangle looks like, and we can tell that an acute looks like a regular triangle. A right, it's gonna be like this, and obtuse, it's gonna be greater than 90 degrees. So we're gonna learn about angles, okay? What is an angle? Can anybody tell me what an angle is? Yes, good job. So an angle is when two lines meet at one point. So on this slide, I have a picture and how it looks like. We have a picture of a triangle and it's telling us what a vertex is and the angle. So if you look at it, the two lines that meet is considered a point, and that point is called vertex. And if you can tell that shaded part in, that's the angle. That's how much degrees it is in. That's how much it's measured. You want to know what that is measured, okay? So, an acute triangle, it has an angle of less than 90 degrees, okay? So, an acute is going to be less than 90 degrees. Right angle, it's always going to be 90 degrees. Always, it's going to be 90 degrees. And an obtuse triangle is, like we said, it's obese, so it's going to be greater than 90. Okay? So, an acute, what is the angle of it? Less than 90. Good job. Right angle, it's always going to be 90 degrees. Good job. And our obtuse triangle is going to be greater than 90. Good job. So, I am going to show you these types of angles and triangles, and I'm going to identify what type of triangle it is and what degree it is. Okay? So we're going to do first by columns. So the first column, the top one, I can automatically tell that this angle is a right angle. Why do I know that? Because it looks like this. Looks like an L. Okay? And it's going to be 90 degrees. The bottom one is an acute triangle because it's cute, it's small, it's tiny, and it could be less than 90 degrees. Okay? And then the last one is an obtuse. How do I know that? Because it's bigger than acute, and it's going to be greater than 90 degrees. Good job. So on my right, on the top angle, on the top picture, that is going to be an acute triangle. How do I know that? Because it looks like a regular triangle. And the angle is less than 90 degrees. Good job. So on the second one, on the middle one, that is an obtuse triangle. How do I know that? Because it's big, obese. And then on the last one, it's going to be acute because it's tiny, it's small, it's going to be less than 90 degrees. Okay, for this one, we are both going to read this problem together. This problem, it's actually in a written problem. So we're going to figure this one out. So it says, Jason made a rectangle with 2 triangles, okay? Which type of triangle did Jason use to make the rectangle? So on the bottom, it shows us the pictures. So it says A, 2 obtuse triangles. Do these 2 triangles look like it's obese? Nope, I don't think so. What about 2? What about B? Does it have 2 right triangles? I can see that this one is an L shaped and the top one is another L shape. Okay, so it could be that one. 2 acute triangles. Do I see 2 tiny triangles? Nope, I don't think so. It is exactly like this. It's an L shaped. Is it one right triangle? I mean, I can see one right triangle. And the other one's obtuse. Can you tell that the other triangle is bigger? No, I don't think so. So the correct answer will be B. Good job. So we have another word problem. So this one says, which statement about an obtuse triangle is true? What do we know about an obtuse? Yes, that it's big, it's obese, it's going to be greater than 90, okay? So this one, it says A. It has 2 acute triangles. Is that true? Nope, I don't think so. It has 1 obtuse angle. Nope, it doesn't. C. It has 3 obtuse angle. Nope. It has 1 angle that measures more than 90 degrees. Yeah, that is true. We know that obtuse means obese. Obese means more than 90 degrees. You do. So I'm going to give you 4 minutes to complete this worksheet. And when you are done, you are going to raise your hand and I will go ahead and check it to see if you understood it. And if your group needs help, then you guys are more than happy to work together, but we're not sharing answers, we're just helping your friends, okay? Start. Okay, timer ends. So after doing our independent work, one question that I have for you guys is, how can we classify or identify a triangle as acute, right, or obtuse based on the measure of its angles? So can anybody tell me how we can classify it or identify it? Okay, so we know that an acute is going to be what degrees? Less than 90 because it's smaller. Correct. Right angle will always be 90 degrees because it is an L shaped and it will always be an exact 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is obese. You can put that, it's obese, it's bigger, it's going to be greater than 90 degrees. Good job, guys. So, for our exit ticket, I want you to let the sticky know, read this question, and then answer it. So the question says, which type of triangle is shown below? And when you're ready, you guys can go ahead and post it on the whiteboard.